welcome to 100 Trades in Review, episode 15. It doesn't look like a 15 at all. It looks like a 6. God damn it. Welcome to Chart Raiders, episode... God damn it! 100 Trades in Review. Welcome to 100 Trades in Review, episode 15. Today we're talking, it still looks like a 6 for Christ's sakes. Okay, vote left or right. Is he gonna make money or is he gonna lose money? 100 Trades in Review, episode 15, featuring Jude. Let's go. Before we get into watching his second trade, let's talk about chartraiders.com. It'll make you bigger, it'll make you taller, it'll make you stronger, it'll give you height, money, wealth, cars, it'll make you smarter, and it'll give you everything you've ever needed. Chartraiders.com, go there. Okay, and now let's get into the trade. Bye, Jude.
Wow, this is a great reaction. I'm literally looking at my entry and it's just straight accumulation up. My XC chart up 40%.
So
nice.
I guess he's in a trade up 40%.
15-minute up here,
I think.
I mean, what I did here, it deep dove trend, tested the 1 minute, final hold level in the range. I like that it's a hold level, not a break level that it tested, because it could have tested this break level.
So let's talk about that for a second. So we talked about this a few episodes ago about how Jude was using hold levels, or I think it was actually Noah. It wasn't Jude, it was Noah. He bought a hold level and it hit the break of the move. And at that point, it was like, okay, yes, even if the move holds, the risk becomes too high. This is a good example of having a hold level and a break level, and it hits the hold level, and this is a trade that you can stay in. Alternatively, if it had went down here and hit this break level, I would just simply exit at the break even spot on the hold level, because it's going to hit this, bounce, and then it's going to have trouble getting back over the hold level. And a lot of the times it's going to sink down, and then you're just already exited break even. And the times that it goes up, you're just into your trading. But in this case, he actually has his hold level. It's hit his hold level. It's holding the move. And now it's clear to move up where you don't have this is just cause or justification to actually sit in this trade once it executes. So once you have that hold level, if it doesn't hit the break, this gives you reason to sit in this trade and say, hey, let's see what happens. If it hits the break level down here, you're not sitting in this trade to say let's see what happens. You're sitting in this trade till the second it gets back up to your entry, and you're just exiting break even, regardless if it goes up or down. The risk you introduce is way too high by holding it. So Jude is clear to hold this trade. Let's see what happens.
It's just the 3 minute at the bottom. This would more or less be the final move. Would have been that break level, but it tested the hold level.
Okay, I like that. Level. I think that's good. He's got his TA and he's sticking to it.
Trend and the range, meaning he tested something exterior to this range.
I'm going to pause it again for a second. I think that's a really important thing, is sticking to the TA that you mark and not justifying why you should change things. If you've marked them for a reason and you've used logic, because this is what happens. You use logic before a trade enters to find the best spots to say, hey, where should I enter? This makes sense. Once a trade happens, logic tends to go out the window, or at least reduce, and emotions start to come into play. So this is something everybody needs to practice and preach, but more so practice, is that if you enter a trade, realize that your logic isn't going to be as sound as it was before the trade. Once that trade has entered, emotions come into play no matter what. So you are going to make lower quality decisions once the trade is executed, regardless of what happens. So I like that he has his TA, he has his plan, and he's stuck to it, and he's not really wavering or faltering on that.
So I just instantly took an order. Stop loss instantly below here is about 7% or 8% or something, like 9%.
Yep. Okay. So he set his stop loss pretty break even, like not quite break even. He'll pay 10% to get out of it, but it's better than having this thing dump in his face. But yeah, I mean, I think you can justify a stop before that. One of the holds that doesn't hold after the move bounces, but let's see what happens. Okay, I was about to say, I don't know what this trend is, but that's fine now. You really need to get over this ladder point here in this trade. Like at this moment, you really need to start getting over some of these ladder points and holding above them, right?
There's 15 origin on top now.
Okay, so he has a 15 origin on top and he's mirroring it on the bottom. So he's expecting it to go back down here. If that's the case, he should get out now and he should re-enter on that mirror.
I know that we could potentially create that mirror on the bottom down there.
Like he should be maybe trying to exit shortly here, especially with trend. If trend doesn't break, it's still laddering up though. It's actually not bad.
Trying to break up.
It's still okay. It needs to hold this part of the move though. It needs to hold this. Well, it looks like it held it and it's moving up again. So far, so good. I mean, I don't really see any mistakes here. I don't think he's swimming in profits yet. I think this thing's taking a long time to get up, but so far, so good in terms of TA and the way he's managed his trade.
Just holding this down.
This is getting a little ugly here. I think I would be looking for exit now. Yeah, and then it moves back down. Yeah, that's fair.
Backtest trend.
Maybe I think you even backtest exit trade there if you're still in the trade. I would just be looking to get out of the trade there and just maybe go, oh.
Still in the trade.
Oh, he's still in the trade. It's going to happen. He's right back to entry almost.
And unfortunately stopped out.
And he got stopped. Right yeah, I think you need to exit that trade a little sooner.
Yeah, probably should have got out of the backtested trend.
Yeah, good call.
Oh well, no loss.
So he stopped out at what sounds like break even. He said no loss. I don't know exactly where his stop was. I think he said 9% before. And if he market stopped at 9%, obviously it's about 12% or something like that. 3% on top of it, depending what he's using. Mexi, I think he'll be at 2%. So he'll be at 11% loss. But I think you can just exit that trade when you start to see trend being lost and when you start to back test it. I think you just have like a nice little profit and you rinse the trade and move on because there's not much anyways. If you caught the bottom to the top, you're talking about 905 to maybe 100 here, 31,100. So you're talking about 1% bottom to top. So playing this thing perfectly, you cap at 1%. I think you're just happy with 50% here, even at that. So I'm not sure whether he should re-enter here. I guess if you hold trend and you continue to hold this trend, you can re-enter trying to get back up to one of these levels here. But you need to first and foremost hold this trend before making any of those decisions. So good job on Jude. Not a profitable trade, but not a negative trade. He risk managed it well, but not every trade is going to be profitable. And that's just a part of trading. So good job, Jude, and see you on the next one.